Okay, we are back again, live too. So this is my second YouTube live. So let's do some random discussion. Okay, we are live. Okay, we are live. Live two. Okay. So let's discuss how my day looks like, how my day was, and we have three people watching us. Who I don't know who are they, but yes, three people are there with us today. If you are watching me, just drop a hi or maybe just tell hi, hello, what are you up to? It'll be good to see you. Okay, cool. So how does my day look like? So today I was like, let me go to Beehive and work. I went to Beehive and I started working at Beehive. So I wanted to the reason I wanted to go at Beehive and work, right, despite having the environment at home and able to work absolutely free and with absolute freedom at home, I decided to go at Beehive and work. One of the reasons why I want to work at Beehive or any cafe or maybe any environment is because that gives you the vibe, the people working around there, no, will eventually make you feel that okay, you have to work. There's a room there, there are people right there. You have to put in work, you have to show up work, and only then things will progress. Oh, whereas it comes to homes, sometime I feel lethargic. Okay, we can do it later, we'll take care of it later, we will be a part of it later. But I was like, no, let me go to Beehive and let me do that. So one of the goals of this month for me is, right, I need to jump all the co-working spaces, like every day new co-working space, new people, new faces, new space, everything new. I want to do that. And I want to also jump around cafes in Indiranagar, right? There are a lot of good cafes in Indiranagar which have a good vibe, and there has a lot of good people coming there. All are builders, they're shipping something, they're developing something. Some are startup founders, some are trying to work on projects. So it would be a good place to mingle with them and ask and also get to know what they're building and how can I contribute, how can they contribute to me. I mean, it's a two-way conversation, right? So that is one of the goals for me this month. I need to jump around spaces and see how can I get the maximum out of these activities. What I did today. Okay, one of the interesting thing I wanted to do today was I wanted to build a tool. Now, from the very past, I have this idea that okay, I want to build a platform where AI usage gets monitored, or maybe I can say get logged. So basically, everyone is using AI. Everyone is trying to use AI left, right, center. They're putting prompts. They're putting everything on the Chat GPT or Claude or Anthropic. I mean anywhere, right? The whole idea is that I want to track that. Now, if I tell that you are generating X amount of carbon footprint, you could have used 42% more text in this prompt, or you would have saved so much of time in this text, you will get conscious. So the whole idea with this is I want to make a platform where it sits on all your AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, DeepSeek, everywhere, and it keeps tracking your interface, and it keeps track of whatever you write, the prompt length, how many words have you used, how much time have you taken to write that prompt, and what is the model interacting, and how are they giving the response back to you, right? And how many rewrites are you giving to the same prompt? That's the whole idea behind this tool. And it keeps track of everything. How much of carbon footprint have you generated? How can you improve it? What are the most used prompt have you used in the entire day? Which tool did you use the maximum? So basically a log, a dashboard, right? This dashboard, I don't know how much it will be helpful for you, but it is a saying, right? So when Brave came, the reason why Brave got very famous is that it's a Web3 browser, and it has that the ability to track number of ads blocked and number of time saved and the amount of bandwidth you have saved from it, right? So something like that. It will not drastically change you, but it will keep you conscious of your prompts and how can you use it in a very effective and efficient way, right? So that is the whole idea behind this project. I want to build it, ship it on GitHub, and let people use. Maybe for that matter, even I want to use in my own dashboard and see how things work. I want to improve it later and want to tweak it as we progress and move ahead with it. Right, that's the whole idea behind this entire tool. And what else did I do today? Today I spent some time writing content on LinkedIn. Right, it's so the problem with me is that I go active on LinkedIn, again go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. Right, so that is a little bit of mess for me. I need to work on that part of my content because I believe content should be maxed out every possible corner. I recently saw that tweet where Sid he talked about content maxing. I really like that idea, and I think okay, it's high time I go back to content. I mean, go to content and make life everywhere, make content in every possible corner because you never know, right? What will come up from which corner of the which opportunity will come from which corner. So I read an article a few months back, and that whole article was focusing on one idea of increasing a surface area of luck. So how can you increase surface area of luck? One of the ways is content. Be on every platform: Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, everywhere. Wherever you think you can make an identity of yourself out there and show up to people, you might end up getting good amount of opportunities. You never know, right? So that is one of the ideas I want to stick up to. So LinkedIn, I wrote a piece of content, made it live. The idea of LinkedIn content was that. So again, I picked this content idea from Nawal's podcast when he was talking about this thing of how you know uh, in the future the work culture will totally change. Once a single employee will have thousand copies, 1,000 versions of himself. For example, tomorrow when you get a job in a company, I think one of the tasks what you will have is to make a photocopy of yourself for different domains and different tasks. Let's say you are into sales, so you will be supposed to write a sales file. Sales file will contain all the instruction, the manuals, the decisions, the format, the flow, the clients you're trying to reach, the way how to reach these clients, all those things. Everything with respect to sales will be in that file, and that file will be given to the agent. The AI agent will handle that. Now we will make a second copy of that. That is for writing, your complete writing file. Basically, a single person, his writing style, his punctuations, his vocabulary, his grammar, his speaking tone, everything will be pushed into that writing file. So every person will make hundreds of versions of himself and give it to agents, and those agents will continuously keep on working and keep on imitating that the person's life. So hence the employee gets a lot of free time, and he is just monitoring them. Basically, like an eval harness, he will try to monitor and evaluate all these agents together, and there'll be a to and fro feedback loop going for these models. Right. So that was the whole idea of the today's LinkedIn post what I wrote, and I made it up a little in the viral form. Basically, right now as I'm getting more active on content, what I see is I'm trying to understand the game, right? The content game. You need to write in such a way that you get maximum attention. Now that's not going to happen overnight. You have to keep doing it. I mean, I like the Gary Vee quote: keep doing, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing, and then eventually there'll be a day when it will feel like an overnight success, right? And for him, it is like give, 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 and then ask. So if I keep giving and I keep doing my work and keep doing the good work out there, maybe eventually there'll be a day when all this will click. So maybe focusing on the first two lines, focusing on the image of the LinkedIn post, focusing on the hashtags, focusing how you space the content. Basically, human eyes has a tendency of how they follow the content. If there's a lot of clutter, if there's a lot of paragraphs cluttered at one place, people will not read the post. And if you have a lot of spaces, it might be lengthy, but if you have a lot of spaces, eventually the eyes will flow it at a proper sequence, right? So all these small principles I need to implement before writing content. So I'm getting better at it. And for me, for the next 6 months, the only idea is to stay active on LinkedIn. If I stay active on LinkedIn and keep pushing content on LinkedIn, it will make an identity of myself. And moreover, I will have that audience active with me. I'll not let them go. So what happens if I just go up and I can go down? I get audience, I lose audience. That's the whole to and fro loop I'm having. So I need to work on that. LinkedIn content I wrote today. Yeah, one of the things I'm doing every day excessively, and the most thing I'm doing in my entire day is like I'm spending half of my time on Twitter. I am just replying everyone and anyone on Twitter where I feel I can, because I want to get traction on my profile. I'll tell you what, I joined Twitter in 2019. When I joined in 2019, I was absolutely new to Twitter. All I heard from people was that Twitter is a very political, platform. All our politicians be there, all the influential people be there, and they use Twitter for only for political things. That's the narrative I had back then. But eventually, I grew up, and what I did was I used to write. Stay active, again go down. Stay active, go down. Since 2019 to 2026, I have been active on Twitter, on and off. But I never took it seriously. But I think this is my calling that I need to go back to Twitter, be extremely active, tweet every time. I mean, there was a tweet I read about from Niket. His name is Niket. I'm recently trying to interact with him, and a very good dude. He keeps writing good pieces of content out there. I mean, some shit posts as well, but he keeps active on the platform, right? So he told this thing that in a day you have to minimum tweet 20 to 25 times, right? 50 to 25 times if I'm not wrong. 15 to 25 tweets, engagement with all other people in a platform. Try to engage meaningfully, right? You don't have to be a creep out. Like if you can't go to a girl's post and just write a creepy thing out there. You have to be genuine. You have to be curious, and you have to write from a real human voice. You don't have to write in a very bot or AI way, right? So I spent a lot of time today again on Twitter, talking to people, commenting on the posts, and yeah, that was a part of my day. Uh, and yes, most of my day was skilled on building this tool. I was to and fro writing the product file. I was defining the tool. I was defining the product file well so that I can get the maximum out of this. As I'm vibe coding this entire thing. If this is live, I will definitely make a video out of it and I'll put it up on YouTube as well. So let's see. Not sure when I'm going to do that. Probably by end of this week is what I suspect. Let's see. That's the goal. What else I did today? Yeah, spend time on that. Yes, I also shot a small time lapse. So basically, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to operate from content point of view. Right, my whole mind is operating. How can I get the maximum content from every piece of content? Right? Maybe shooting the time lapse of myself, and maybe I'll use it later someday. Writing on Twitter, staying active on LinkedIn, and then I spent some time brainstorming. Right, I was brainstorming a lot of ideas for myself, what to what to make content on, what YouTube videos are pending. There are some concepts I want to make. I haven't made on that. I spent some time writing those ideas, writing what tasks are pending for this month and the following month, what tools are supposed to be built. I need to spend some time on data pipelines and basically how can I work on this complete data infrastructure, right? So in Fraction Labs right now, my whole agenda is how can I help clients work on this thing. If a client is having a real or a real source of data coming in every now and then, how can I take up the data, clean the data at the source, build custom pipelines from the data source point to all the way to the model? How can I add checkpoints there? Basically, the entire thing, right? I'm trying to refine this and trying to get more understanding of this. It might require a lot of effort from my end to sit and do some A/B testing on this, maybe from on Azure or AWS. Let me see how can I work on this. And meanwhile, I also need to spend some time building products, basically tools. So the reason these days I'm very actively vibe coding and trying to build stuff all by myself, and I'm not doing 24/7 vibe coding, but I'm just spending some time doing tools all from scratch as well. I'm like opening Visual Code Studio, doing everything from scratch. I need to get product taste. Before you build your first product, you need to have product taste. And the product taste only comes when you build 100 shitty ass product. So maybe 100 shitty ass tools, 100 shitty ass processes to build those tools, 100 shitty ass ideas. And then on the 101 tool will click is what I'm assuming. Let me see. I'm just building left, right, center, whatever comes to my head. I mean, I don't want to just focus on finding the best idea in the public out there what that people are facing, because that's the wrong approach. First, start solving my own problem and then eventually move down to solving others' problem. So that's the idea I'm following right now. So yeah, trying to work on the that aspect of the company right now. Basically, trying to refine the service, trying to work on tools as well. So the idea right now for me is that I'll keep building tools. I don't know when and what will click. If something clicks, I will go for it. I'll completely evolve and transition toward that. If nothing works, I'll stick to the services part, keep growing in that domain itself, and eventually I'll find my way. That's the whole point, right? Uh, Apart from that, I also spend some time. Yeah, I also spend some time studying the rundown newsletter. So one of the things I do every day is that, I mean, not every day, but yeah, most of the days I do is that I need to study or read the rundown newsletter. That's the only single most source of AI where I consume, and anything that's happening in the AI space, I get to know from there itself. Like before it comes to Instagram, or before it comes to Twitter, I made sure that I have read the article, and after read the article, that news was on Twitter or maybe on Instagram. They make a reel out of it and they push it, right? So if you want to study or if you want to stay up to date with AI news, I would highly recommend you to follow Rundown AI. They are great at what they do. They have all the AI news from the research papers to AI tools to what people are building in space, what are some use cases, what are companies doing, what lawsuits are happening in the space, everything about AI. Apart from that, they have a very cool newsletter about robotics as well. So I follow the robotics newsletter as well. In the robotics newsletter, they share everything that's happening in the robotic space. Now, I spend some time on robotics as well because the closest form of AI reality is robotics. I feel. I mean, from software to hardware, the transition is filled by the robotics domain as is only, right? So yeah, I spent some time studying the robotics newsletter as well. So I spent time on these two, and today I discovered one of the very coolest Chinese, uh, what do you call that? A chat, yeah, maybe an AI tool. Basically, it's from a company called Tencent. Tencent has launched this new model called HY3. Yeah, HY3. The whole idea is that it is not a new I mean there's nothing new about because it is a new AI platform, but the whole idea that made me surprising is that they have something called temperature parameter setting, right? Temperature tokens, you can set those physically. I mean, you can just with the help of a slider you can move front and back, and you can set the entire thing over there. That is what made me shocked. I mean, in today's, this was good if it was, I mean, some 2 years back. I mean, if ChatGPT 3 or ChatGPT 2.5 would have added these features, it makes sense because it's new in the market. But today, 2026, when tools like Claude, GPT, and Gemini are going extremely wild with their features, Tencent has just launched a small AI tool. I mean, and that AI tool has this parameter setting. So I was talking about that thing. And what else did I spend time today on? Yeah, I had a talk with my co-founder today. I was having a very open conversation with him because I feel you need to have a conversation with your co-founder, or maybe anybody you're working on day-to-day regular basis, to keep them on track, to keep them motivated, keep them on place, right? If you don't do that, maybe then that's something that will be damaging for you in the longer run. So I spent about a couple of 30 minutes to 45 minutes sitting with him, talking about the plans, talking about how can we move ahead, where are we going wrong, and what things. I had a personal feedback for him. I gave that to him. Uh, One of the things I believe for a startup is very crucial. That is to take feedback as a gift. If you don't take feedback as a gift, on the longer run, you will end up building the wrong things. You will end up chasing the wrong things. You will have a lot of ego clashes. You will have a lot of problems in your future career, because if you don't embrace feedback in the way it should be done, you will not grow in the longer run, is what I've understood right now. And this term feedback as a gift was, I picked up this quote from Shane Parrish uh, newsletter. He had this newsletter called the Farnham Street. Yeah, the Farnham Street, where he brings every week a bunch of ideas and bunch of quotes. So I picked up from there, and from since then I've been chanting every time now and then in the office, or maybe with my interns or with my co-founder as well. I keep telling them, take feedback as a gift, right? Don't you know just don't take it in a negative way. That's the whole point. Yeah, that is all what I've done for today. And yes, maybe this week I'm going to try to ship that tool what I've built. I have finished the version 1 of it. I need to ship it for the version 2, right? For now, the idea is to work on products. 50% of my time should go on product building, be it any product, right? I need to get the taste of product, how to build products, and especially in the AI era, right? You need to follow the old school principles. Like when you're building a product, you need to focus on what is the product development or product requirement file. What is how can you implement software engineering principles? How can you focus on all the versions of the product? All this thing will take taste. So I have transitioned from the phase that I got an idea, I'll put it on any coding platform, and I'll just start building it. That was version one. And now the version is like, okay, before I get an idea of what I have to build, I would first sit and brainstorm and try to bring my own ideas into a single text, right? Maybe a block of text. If I have an idea of a tool, I will concise everything, bring to a block of text, try to refine the idea, and then give it to AI. Once I give AI the text, I will try to break that entire thing into a flowchart. How do I start from step one, step two, step three, step four, and step five? Try to do some Q&A with AI. Is it viable? Is it possible? Is it useful? Is it not useful? People will use it, not use it. Of course, some of this question doesn't make sense. It will only make sense when I start shipping it and I ship it to the world. When people start using it, only then it will make sense to me. But some of them can be answered by AI as well, right? So I take up some of those ideas and to and fro have a discussion with AI. Once I have that idea clear, I write a small MD file of the entire project. I mean, I try to concise entire idea into a single file. And once that is done, I move next, right? So I start building from phase by phase by phase by phase. And eventually by phases, you will land into the perfect product, right? Right now, I think before the call itself, I was working on my tool, and it is up and running. Yes, it's up and running. Yeah, maybe after this live, I would go and I'll try to inspect how well the product has been built. Right. So that is one of the things I have been working on the entire day, and yeah, that's all for today. I have been doing for the next 6 months. Probably for me the idea is, again, I said as yesterday also, work on content, make anything, any piece of content what I want to consume, build more products, try to increase my surface area from every possible direction, uh, make more content on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. I'm not including Instagram for now because I'll take up that later in life. Again, that's a different ballgame altogether. I need to go up there as well. Again, there's a bunch of audience there who I can spend time with. So yeah, I need to make audience there as well. That was all about for today's day. Let's do some Twitter scoring and let's see what I have. Uh, okay, okay. I started using my action camera. I got videos instead of my iPhone. It is super handy and quality is also good. Rahman Ujit. Okay, cool. India's quant form should be Jane Street. Okay, Siddharth, I haven't watched a single short reel from almost 10 days now. My mind is healing, but how do you? Okay, curiosity is the way for obsession. Okay, this is cool. Uh, yeah, I mean this entire thing, right? If you know Zach Bogorov, he's the man of the word obsession. He has engraved that word in my head so bad that I have it every now and then. I'm chanting that word obsession. And this thing, right? What you see over here is from Share Aura. If you see just down, there's a blue mark. I mean, there's a watermark over here. That's from Share Aura. If you are running regularly or into running sports, you might know about Share Aura. It's a very goat level tool. It is a direct competition to Strava, and I never used Strava in the first place, but I don't know how Strava looks like. But Share Aura is like a whole different thing altogether. So yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, these tangle wires are way more organized compared to my life some days. Anyone can relate it. Cafe days are back. Oh, working from cafes is a whole different thing altogether. Okay, this is the guy I talked about, Nikit Raj. I have been constantly trying to converse with him on Twitter, and good guy. Love the bond. I mean the conversation I'm having with him. Right. Uh, Who says browsers can't handle 100 GB of footage? A user at a billion dollar company just put 107 GB across 250 clips on cardboard and edited the whole thing inside a browser. No massive install, just upload the clips and the cardboard tell how to make it. Okay, that's cool. 107 GB is a hell lot. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go to home notifications. Okay. Yes, let's go to a personal profile. Let's see what we have over here. Mm. Okay, yeah, recently, right? Today itself. Today I changed this my background image I've changed. Yesterday I was talking about Euler's identity, right? So today I took up time to change my background, and I find this formula is the most beautiful formula because since yesterday when I discovered this formula, I am in absolute love with this. E to the power of pi into I plus one equals zero. Some people say it in the way that e to the power of pi dot I equals minus one. Just take plus one to the opposite side and then just minus one. But yes, both the things are correct. And Euler's identity is crazy. It's a beautiful thing, and you can study a lot of. I'm still studying a lot of things about it. I'll bring a single video for this for Euler's identity. Second for Paul Erodo's maths problem, unit distance problem. Third is for Riemann hypothesis. Fourth, I would think I would dedicate a single video for Navier-Stokes equation. That is also interesting. I would pick up a math problem and try to solve it live. Let's see how this turns out to be. So yeah, today in one of the days slot, I fixed this thing. I changed this in fact on my LinkedIn as well. There also it is the same thing. Okay, yeah, I was watching YouTube live for Siddhant. Yeah, I just watched before this. I was watching Siddhant's live. Was seeing him going doing live. So yeah, yeah, the Tencent thing, right? The Tencent H3 model. So if you see over here, right, you see that temperature, top P, repetitive penalty, max output tokens. They are doing this parameter settings there. Yeah, reminder: don't stop yourself from posting content just because nobody will like or watch your content. Make it for yourself, and the right tribe will find you. Million followers doesn't mean million likes, comments, views, except few exceptions. Just make it perfectly clear. I think this tweet was I think, more of a reminder for myself only. Most of my tweets are like for me, for personal. I am not writing it for anybody who will come and please me or who will come and, you know, tell me that, oh, I love this tweet or I love the idea what you're writing about. I just want to write for myself and it should be like a self dopamine for myself. I mean, I should just motivate myself. I should just tell myself that this thing is for you, right? When it comes almost done, it decides to hold me up, and will ship it today for sure. Whatever happens, yes, ship it today. Yes, I'm almost on the verge of shipping it. As I said before, after the stream, I'll be going there and seeing what's the status of my tool, whether it is built or not. So anti gravity has this thing, right? So if you are in a pro version, I mean, not an ultra, but in pro version, you can build for consecutively about 1.5 hours flat. You can build 1.5 hours of flat thing you can build. But after that, maybe after, I mean, if you just give 15 or 20 prompts, it will after 20 prompts it will slow down. It will all the Gemini tokens will be done, and then you need to switch from Gemini to Claude or maybe GPT. Claude and GPT or any of these tokens, you will use it for a while, maybe for 1 or 2 prompts, and after that, that will also be done. And then you have to wait for some time to get back your tokens, and then only then you can resume. So yeah, that is one thing I've been lately seeing. Uh, what else I have? Yeah, this thing I wrote today, right? Yeah, this was one thought came in middle of the day for me. Anyone can buy Codex, Cloud Code, Anti-Gravity, Cursor, Bolt, Emergent, Lovable. You can't buy the skill to use them more effectively and efficiently. The work can be done 10,000, can be done in 10,000 tokens and also in 1,000 tokens. Now, this exact thought came because in my previous attempt of vibe coding, I ended up using a lot of tokens. Now that was my first attempt to vibe code, so I ended up using a lot of tokens, and that was basically I used from Codex also three Codex accounts. I mean, not a pro account, but a single use account, one anti-gravity account, and that also exhausted, and I ended up buying a new account. Right, that was all because I was not following certain principles. I was not following certain rules and regulations of vibe coding. Right, so that is when this thought came into my head. Like, let me just formulate it into a tweet and put it up there. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. Uh, Anyone can buy. Yeah, that's basically that. I just put a tweet morning. Yeah, vibe coding is on. There's nothing to Bangalore. It's just shit shit posting about yesterday's live. I was astonished for the fact that Twitter has such good filters. I was literally blown out by the fact that such good filters can also exist on Twitter. I don't know if somebody uses filters on Twitter or not, but it was crazy for me because this entire thing, it looks like as if it's an anime or maybe I can try to make a sense of it as if it's a sticker. So I really like that thing. So I maybe thought let me just put a filter and then push it. Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, the thing I don't think I've tweeted much now. Let's go to feed and see what people are posting. Uh, okay, this is the percent, 100%. Build fast, fail fast, ship fast, win fast. I mean, this entire thing makes sense, right? Rather than just focusing on perfecting the wheel, just push the wheel. I mean, just make the wheel move. Later, you can perfect it to make it circle. Lately I'm following this thing a lot because I feel that I spend a lot of time perfecting things, and my co-founder has this problem. He is spending a lot of time perfecting things. I told him that just don't run behind perfecting things. The right video, the right thumbnail, the right music, the right code. Just make the ball moving. Later you can perfect it. Because the more you sit and plan, the more you sit and think, I'll do this, I'll do that, it's not gonna work out. I have wasted a lot of my time in this thing only. And I decided not no more. This live also, right? Just to go live also, I was like, okay, I need to make up my mind to go live. Like, I mean, just chuck it, just go live. Later we'll see what will happen. If nobody's watching, it's fine. Let nobody watch. But make content for yourself, document for yourself, and perfect things later. Yeah, it'll happen later. What is this? You joined X on 25th, the exact day Elon Musk announced the verified accounts. Okay, nothing. I'm not interested. They had audacity to deny a false bill. Okay. Bulls are still looking at everyone trying to figure out what is the clause statement. Okay, maybe let's post for community building. Pushing list call from Netflix back to X Cloud. Okay. And Grammarly is a very good tool. I mean, this single as tool has saved me a lot of mistakes and helped me save my ass from many places. I mean, kudos to people who have built it up. Yeah, I've been think. I mean, I wrote the same tweet in the afternoon. Same thing, single thing. What else? Just scheduling post decreases reach. Can you confirm? I don't know. Yeah, does it's I don't know. I think I don't have an answer to this question because I think it does or does not. I really don't know. I feel on Twitter, right? Whatever comes to your head any given time, just write it up. Treat this like a notebook. I think I read somewhere, somebody told, I think Sam Altman or Nawal said this. He was like, I treat Twitter as a note taking app. Whatever comes to my mind, I write it there and push it up. He doesn't care about anything else. What I have to notifications who are there. Always Akash Bhai, brother speaking facts. Akash Raj. Okay. Anything else? और क्या है ट्विटर पे? Maybe I plan to do a live with my girlfriend someday. We'll try to build something fun over a period of time, over this entire live, right? Over a span of 1 hour or 2 hours, we'll try to build something interesting because I have some couple of ideas in my head I wanted to build. So we'll do that jam session of building tools from there. Okay. Uh, let's come back to live. Yeah, that was a little bit about Twitter. What what I want to be learning in the next 6 months, right? Let me talk about that as well. I want to spend time learning a couple of topics. One, I want to get deep into 3D printers. Want to study 3D printers. I don't know, for some reason I find that very cool. There's very good a friend of mine, and he's so good at this 3D printing, this hardware, this mechanical stuff. He's so good. He's one of my classmates. A very beautiful guy. Very beautiful way of him understanding how he understands these concepts, and I really admire him for that thing. I mean, kudos to him. I really love that. So I want to spend some time studying 3D printing. I want some time spending understanding semiconductors, electric vehicles. Want to dive deep into blockchain and cryptos, yeah, because this thing I have been spending and delaying it for a very long time since 20 think 24, 25. I've been like, okay, let me study. I'll give time to study blockchain, crypto, but I'm never taking it too seriously. There's one of my very good friend. His company's name is On Stream. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, Zero X Team Space. Zero X Team Space. Yes, Zero X Team Space. He's into the blockchain industry and he has his own company and he works for that company. He works in and out for the company. Right. He's a very good friend of mine in blockchain space, and he uh, he's incredible what he does. He has a lot of ideas he's given me, and I would love to make a live with him as well someday. I'll try to give him a word. Ki, hey, let's go for a live. His name is Manoj. You can just go find him on LinkedIn. His name is Manoj Gowda, and he has this Zero X Team Space. He works for the company. I think he's the founder of the company. I remember very well. He's working on something new as well. It's a startup school as well. Yeah, he told me a couple of days back he was working on startup school. So again, I met him at a random event at Flipkart. That's again a coincidence. I met him. So yeah, maybe spend some time studying cryptos, blockchains, 3D printing, semiconductors, electric vehicles, nuclear power plants, aviation, and specifically in aviation, I want to study about supersonic jets. I really admire the company called Boom Supersonic. I have a lot of respect for Blake Skull. The reason I love that guy, he comes from a tech background. He worked most of his life in AWS, Amazon, and he shifted from working for Amazon to all the way to building aircrafts. Like I am totally fallen for that idea, and I feel that if you have a mission in your head, if you have that idea in your head, you will eventually go there, no matter what. You will go there and you will start building stuff. So let's see. I don't know where my fate is taking me, where my destiny is waiting for me to take. I don't know. It is maybe in the EV space, nuclear space, uh, robotic space. I don't know. I have a bunch of sticky notes on my window over here, so I look up to them every day, and I don't know where this will take. A couple of quotes. I'll just read out a couple of quotes that I've written over here in my sticky notes. Make something people want from YC. OG quote. I mean, that quote should always revolve in your mind if you're trying to make the world a better place. Uh, Again, beautiful quote from YC. Next up is making errors. Your only job as a founder, or maybe as a person who's trying to shift gears or try to bring a big improvement or a change in the world, you need to make constantly errors. That's basically what I wrote a couple of minutes back on the tweet as well. Build fast, ship fast, fail fast, win fast. That's the only way. And until you fail fast, you can't win fast. Alex Hormozzi has this good thing. He says that do anything so much that so much scale, so much volume that you become absolute good at it. So, for example, content, right? If you have to make content, make 100 pieces of content flat every day, every single time. And on the 101 video, you'll be so good at what you do, you yourself will be astonished. So, maybe make errors as soon as possible. Make as many errors you can so that when you've made all possible errors, the only possible outcome is success, right? So yeah, making errors is one of them. Uh, yeah, I'm a monkey with a plan, right? So I picked up again from the Novels podcast. He says that everyone is a monkey with a plan, right? Every human being around here is a monkey who's having a plan, who's trying to execute, will get something, some benefits out of this world, will live some sensory experiences, and then eventually go back to sand and get mixed in the soil, right? So that's the whole thing. I'm a monkey with a plan. What else is that? What is that? What else I have? Okay, there's a very good quote I picked up from Casey Neistat's video where he's talking about my addiction. The video title it says my addiction. That in that thing, no, he talks about Steve Prefontaine, and maybe you see this guy over here. Wait, yeah, this gentleman. He's Steve Prefontaine. I have his picture on my room. He says that a lot of people run a race to see who is the fastest. I run to see who has the most guts. Just crazy. I really like that quote. And the whole reason I started running is because of Casey Neistat. That video popped up on my feed, and before that, I accidentally came across Zach Pogorov. From Zach Pogorov, I signed up to his newsletter. From newsletter, I came to Casey Neistat that video, and from that video, I discovered Steve Prefontaine, and from that Steve Prefontaine, I discovered this quote. And every time I run, right, I just make sure that I remember this quote that a lot of people run a race to see who is the fastest. I run to see who has the most guts, right? What else I have? Yeah, spend 10,000 hours on Lex Friedman's podcast. I think Andrew Skopaki was telling that I would rather spend on a single skill 10,000 hours flat, and you will be so good at what you do that you can't even imagine. Again, same thing what Alex Hermoy says: do extreme volume of anything, and you will be so good at what you do, right? Work harder, yes. Again, that's a simple quote I wrote. Work harder, long back. There's very interesting on Instagram. No, there's a dude called Rex Design, and he makes some beautiful images and illustrations of motivation, just like visual value from Jack Butcher. Jack Butcher. I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly. Jack Butcher. Yes, he makes some good visualizing, quotes. He has been all the illustration artists for all Eric Jorgenson's book. He has been the one. Novels, the Almanac of Naval Ravikant, the Balaji's Anthropology of Balaji, the recent book of Ilan. All those books, Jack Butcher has been the Butcher. I don't know what how do I pronounce his surname. He has been the person who illustrates all these things. So he, following the design, right, Drex design, he has this very beautiful quote, and I stick this long back. The whole story behind this is that That time I used to fantasize Forbes, and I don't know. And at this point of time, Forbes is an absolute lowest form of metric, right? You should not chase Forbes. You rather just chase what people want, make something what people want. So the quote says, "Sleep on flows until you wake up on Forbes." I put it long back. It's just there. Uh, I don't know. I read it once in a while, but I'm not falling for the trap of Forbes. I'm not chasing Forbes. My whole idea is to make the world a better place and ship something that people want, not anything that is gaining some capital for you. So that's not the way to go for it. Yeah, that's all I guess I have for now. I think that's all I have. Some of the tabs that are open on my browser is right now. I want to study GStack. Basically, Gary Tan has this library on GitHub. I want to study what is GStack, why did he make GStack, what's the whole point of GStack. You can just go Google GStack, you'll find that thing there. So yeah, that's GStack. The new atomic age of Valor Atomics. Yes, so the reason I discussed about nuclear right now is that I recently discovered this new company called Valor Atomics, and again they're working on the nuclear space. They're trying to make solve the problem of electricity and energy for all these AI companies because they want something some 40 to 400 terawatts of I think 40 terawatts of electricity in the future. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I somewhere read that they need a lot of electricity for all these NVIDIA GPUs and servers. So there should be a very reliable source of energy, right? So they're trying to work on that. And one of the tabs that is open right now is Danco. Danco's website is open. If you don't know Danco, he's an absolute goat. He writes some of the best articles, and he's a modern day Seneca. I gave him the modern day Seneca, modern day Plato, modern day what do you say? Socrates, anything you can call him. He has very good piece of content, and he guides people towards the right direction. Is what I feel. So his articles are very long. It is time consuming, but if you read it, it's an absolute gem. And of course, Twitter and now this YouTube platform. I think that's enough for today. I think I'll take a leave for now. Let me go work tomorrow. Let's see what I have for tomorrow. Let's see what I'm working on tomorrow and what interesting things I'm doing for tomorrow so that I can document it on a live. And yeah, we'll try to keep all my essence packed in this live sessions. Again, I get good at this game and this game will get better for me. Yeah, that's all for now. If you have anything to speak up to me or want to discuss anything, want to tell anything about me, want any idea you want to discuss, please pick me up on Twitter. I'm always available there. At least for now, I'm just going mad cats and dogs on Twitter. So talk to me there. I'll definitely be there. And yeah, that's all for now. I'll see you in some other live, maybe tomorrow's live. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Keep shipping. Keep building stuff. Keep failing fast, and have a mission in your life that is to make the world a better place. That being said, thank you so much. Bye bye.